when we are sitting and when we want to supplicate between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can be joining with Holy Prophet and we can receive the wahi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our hearts, inshaAllah. Today's dua is amazing. Sixth day of the month of Ramadan al-Mubarak. Allahumma la takhadhulni fihi li ta'arrudhi ma'asiyatik. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not let me abuse myself by increasing your disobedience. This is a very beautiful sentence, brothers and sisters. Our Imam, alaykum salam, today he's asking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help him or help us so we don't abuse ourselves, because all my bodies, everything what I have is a amana and trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me and blessed me with all these beautiful blessings, bounties and ni'mat and rahmat. The moment I'm using the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm crossing the boundaries and abusing myself, and for that I should be punished on the judgment day. Yesterday we had a good discussion about 6 different stages of istighfar. We concluded that the first stage is to have a nidama and to be regretful for what we did. And then the second one is obviously I have to have a strong will to fix my problems. Whatever I did, the mistakes, I have to fix that. So, al-azmu ala tarkil aud, I should not go back to the same mistake. The third one is to ask for all those whom I committed a mistake, their forgiveness, and I have to make that happen, and I have to erase that. The fourth one is between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I have to make up my all wajibat. The fifth one is whatever I committed haram, I have to fix those haram by fasting, by other means. The last one is أن تذيق الجسم ألم الطاعة كما أذقته حلاوة المعصية فعند ذلك تقول أستغفر الله. The sixth one is I have to go through a spiritual training. What is a spiritual training? أن تذيق الجسم ألم الطاعة. I have to feel, I have to taste the pain of the ta'at of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the same way I tasted the sweetness of the haram. So here our Allama Tabatabai, a great scholar, what he focused in this particular point is we have to have a supplications and special time between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to take out a little bit of our comfort zone and we have to dedicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Night times, daytimes, prayers, fasting, whatever we can do. And the more we do, we are closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At that time, once I say astaghfirullah, I mean it. So these are the 6 stages. Today, I would like to, inshallah, shed some lights about the great uncle of Prophet, the supporter of Islam, Muhami of Deen and Shariat, Abu Talib. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Before I begin to talk about great personality like Abu Talib, let me clear this point that 2 personalities in Islam, you'll find that left and right, they're targeted by the enemies. One is Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba. The second one is Abu Talib. These are the two personalities. They were targeted left and right from the so-called Wahhabis or those who have a hidden agendas. I don't know when world wants to open the eye and see that all these problems is coming from the same root cause, which is Wahhabiyat, Salafiyat. And today is one of the examples. And yet, they don't want to open that. I don't know what's the secret about that. Even, Ban Ki-moon, he was crying, everyone, but somehow the Saudi regime has a strong influence in United Nations, in Congress here, everywhere, and even the report they want to hide when it comes to the Saudi role, promoting the hatred, creating all that. So, few decade people today also got killed. The history is repeating by itself. So two great personalities, among them Imam Hassan Mujtaba, you will go and you will see that in Saudi. Hundreds of books written against Imam Hassan Mujtaba. And also Abu Talib. They have one goal, that because they cannot defeat Imam Ali, they want to corner from all the angles. One is Imam Hassan Mujtaba, because they can find soft corner to enter, and one is his father Abu Talib. And all the discussion is Abu Talib is kafir. So let's accept that, and if he is kafir, what's the benefit they're going to get? Well, the benefit is, if he's a kafir, son of kafir can be khalifa, the other also can be khalifa. That's a simple 2 + 2 = 4. They have a sick agendas behind that, and they want to promote those, and they find nothing but to attack the father of Amir al-Mu'mineen, commander of the believers, the one about whom Holy Prophet was praising left and right. I'm going to go a little bit about the history of Abu Talib, so all of us, we can be on the same page, that the contributions of Abu Talib towards Deen, Islam, Shariat, and Holy Prophet, and how Holy Prophet and our Imams, when the name of Abu Talib was mentioned in front of them, they used to respect him highly, and also they used to praise, to the point that Holy Prophet ordered to do Hajj and Umrah on behalf of Abu Talib. I'm going to talk about that also, inshallah, so we can understand that. So first, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Duha, وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى أَلَمْ يَجِدْكَ يَتِيمًا فَآوَى وَوَجَدَكَ ضَالًّا فَهَدَى وَوَجَدَكَ عَائِلًا فَأَغْنَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to remind Holy Prophet his great favor towards Holy Prophet. One of the great favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala towards Holy Prophet is Alam yajidka yatiman fa'awa. Didn't we find you orphan? We take care of you at that time. So the amal of Abu Talib was so pure and accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the amal of Abu Talib as his own action. Brothers and sisters, as Holy Prophet, he said, we can reach to a point that we can be source of Raza and Ghadab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I said before And the same thing, the action of Abu Talib, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to refer to his own action towards Holy Prophet. Okay, that's just a beginning. Abu Talib, he was the son of Abdul Muttalib, and he was the custodian of Baytul al-Haram after Abu Talib. Abdul Muttalib. So Abdul Muttalib, in his last days, because Holy Prophet, he was orphan from the day first, because his mother, Holy Prophet's mother, when she was expecting in 5th month or 6th month, Abdullah died. So obviously, the grandfather will be the custodian and wali and the guardian of grandson, Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Holy Prophet, he was with Abdul Muttalib, and Abdul Muttalib, while he was leaving this world, one of his biggest worry is Holy Prophet. Again, we have ahadith and numerous ahadith and riwayat, and also from Quran, that from Hazrat Ibrahim till Holy Prophet, their lineage, they were wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one after another. And we have a proof and evidence that at the time of Ibrahim, those who used to follow Ibrahim, they were Muslim. After Ibrahim, Musa came, they should believe Musa. After Musa, they should believe Isa. If you're not believing Isa, you should be kafir. There is exemption. That is, they used to believe in all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but because they're following the path of Ibrahim, the last Imam, and then the next Imam, in between Hazrat Ibrahim and Holy Prophet, no Imam exists. Because we believe that among the prophets, only 2 of them the Imam. Ibrahim, ala Nabi and Hazrat Holy Prophet. These are the 2 Imams. So others, they were either prophets or Rasul or Ul Azm, based on their ranks. So the grandfather of Holy Prophet, father of Holy Prophet, and their great grandfathers, all of them, they used to follow the path of Ibrahim. That's why they used to say Hanifan Muslima Millat Ibrahim. We follow the path of Ibrahim. It was very clear. So Holy Prophet's father Abdullah and his father Abdul Muttalib and Abd Manaf and Hashim, all of them, they used to be followers of Ibrahim, so they are Muslim. And they're in the right path. And they're wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a special wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the point that Ibn Athir mentioned, one of the Sunni scholars, that Abu Talib, Abdul Muttalib, Hashim, Abd Manaf, all of them, they used to receive wahi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's a different discussion. I don't want to go in that direction, but in general. So they were wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Abdul Muttalib being wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as he was leaving this world, one of the biggest worry he had is about Holy Prophet. He gathered all his children, all his sons, Abu Lahab, the Abu Talib, and so on and so forth, and said, who is ready to take care of my grandson Muhammad, about whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised to fulfill his duties, and he will be the flag bearer of the prophets, and he will be the last prophet, messenger. So obviously Abu Lahab, he raises his hand. Fatima bint Asad, she narrates the mother of Amir al-Mu'mineen and wife of Abu Talib, and she got the privilege of being a mother of Holy Prophet too. She said the moment Abu Lahab raised the hand, I was so shocked. I said, Ya Allah, what's going to happen? Because all of us, we know that he is, a very rough person and he has no mercy. How is he going to take care of the orphan, yatim, Holy Prophet? Abu Talib said, I don't feel comfortable to handing you my grandson Muhammad's. I want to ask himself. He wants to go to Abbas, Hamza, Abu Talib, Abu Lahab, or whomever he chooses. Fatima bint Asad, she said, I was kind of nervous what he wants to do. Holy Prophet Muhammad stood up and he went next to Abu Talib. When he went next to Abu Talib, Fatima bint Asad, she said, the moment I saw that, the hub and love of Holy Prophet was covered in all my body. I felt very good and I relieved all my pain. I said, Ya Allah, you want to bless me. This great ni'mats, I'm going to take care of him as my son. While I was shedding the tears, Abdul Muttalib said, Ya Fatima bint Asad, are you ready to take care of him as a mother? She said, Ja'altuhu fida, may my life be sacrificed to him. If I could, that's my great privilege. Abdul Muttalib handed to Abu Talib. And Abu Talib took him. And he said, Wallah, I swear by Allah, whatever I have in capacity, in any form and shape, what I can do, I'm going to protect him till my last drop of my blood, till last my breath. I'm going to take care of him. Alhamdulillah. Abu Talib, he committed to Abdul Muttalib, his father. So that was the beginning. That was his beginning journey towards Holy Prophet. Abu Talib, in all his places, whether he used to go to Kaaba, near, far, to tradings, whatever, he used to go with Holy Prophet. All the places. To the point that when he was heading towards Syria, Holy Prophet was 11-year-old. They took him to the Syria. On the way to Syria, Buhaira Rahib, all of us we heard, there's a beautiful incident happened that was eye-opening for Abu Talib. Although Abu Talib, he knew because he's wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and one of the beautiful incident is when the Fatima bint Asad, she used to gather the dates to distribute to the orphan and needy people, because she had the big orchard of dates. She used to collect little bit to Holy Prophet. At one time, all the dates she gathered was distributed and she had nothing. Holy Prophet came to Fatima, Ya Ummi, oh my mother. By the way, when our Holy Prophet, he used to call Fatima bint Asad, Ummi Fatima. Hazrat Fatima bint Asad, the mother of Amir al-Mu'mineen, she used to felt a very special connection. Ya Ummi, oh my mother, where is my dates? She said, well, all the dates are distributed. Holy Prophet, the first miracle, he wants to show to his mother, that I can create this miracle. He said, oh Allah, with your majesty, I want to show my mother your greatness. The tree was coming down, going down, as if wants to do sajda. Holy Prophet picking some of the dates, and then he offered some of the dates, and tree after that went back to its own position. She was looking to this point and she couldn't wait. All the time when Abu Talib was knocking the door, she used to send one of the servants to open the door. At this time, she was waiting. The moment Abu Talib knocked the door, she went to the door and opened, and she couldn't take anymore. She said, "You know what happened to this Muhammad?" Abu Talib said, "I know indeed he is the wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By seeing this, I see more signs." So he knew. When Buhaira, Rahib, he mentioned to Abu Talib, added more that, wow, he will be the last messenger. I have to protect him from my all strength, my flesh, my power, everything. To the point that one of the nights, Holy Prophet, he used to go out, and even before revelation of Wahi, after revelation of Wahi, one time he went out to the Ghar Hara, the cave of Hara, the Jabal al-Nur, the mountain of light, and those who had the privilege to go there, is an amazing, beautiful moment, and especially if you go morning time, stand there and stare towards the Kaaba, you will see the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Holy Prophet, he spent the night there, and Abu Talib was very sad that why Muhammad is not around us. What happened to Holy Prophet? Maybe the enemies, they did something wrong towards him. And he was going whole night looking here, there, till morning time. He gathered 40 people from his tribe and supporters, because he was the custodian of Kaaba, Baitul al-Haram. He said that, you know what, we have to go. If any enemies that dare to touch Holy Prophet, they did something wrong, you need to take the revenge against all of them. Everyone gathered. The moment Holy Prophet came from cave of Hara, Abu Talib did sajdah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and announced that, Ya ma'ashara nas, O people, I will let you know that anyone dare to touch Holy Prophet, they have to go on top of my body. That was the words of Abu Talib. So he was defending day and night, each and every split second of his life. But Muhammad wali Muhammad salawat. When the Holy Prophet came to Abu Talib, he said, Ya Ammi, oh my uncle, I got the wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the time I have to start my mission. I don't see any supporters. Abu Talib, he said, Hada Ali wa Ja'far. These are my two sons, Ali and Ja'far. They will be with you. And he himself stand up. And he said, Ukhruj waf'al fa'innaka al-rafi' ka'ban wal mani'i hizban wal a'la aban. Go and start your mission. Indeed, not only you have a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm with you, my sons, my all family, and everything what I have, they're going to be with you, and no one can touch you. Wallah la yasluquka lisanun illa salaqatuhu. No one can speak against him till I go and stand against that person. And he was going on and on and on. Ala faman adrakhu min wallah law wadattu anni adraktu dhalika az-zaman fa'amantu bih. Know that I was waiting for that time, because this was the will of my grandfather Hashim, my father Abdul Muttalib, and also myself. I was waiting for this moment for a long time. This is the time I have to submit to your path, the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Amantu, I believe on your mission. And then Allah faman adrakahu min wuldi falyu'minu bi. And then he turned his face to all his children, that those who are my children, my progeny, all of them, If you find that Holy Prophet, he needs anything, you need to help him. And he was going on and on and on. But Muhammad wali Muhammad Salabat. إن الوثيقة في لزوم محمد فاشدد. Holy Prophet Abu Talib said to Holy Prophet, Holy Prophet, إن الوثيقة في لزوم محمد. If you want to have a success, wathiqa from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, special shelter in this dunya and hereafter, only and only fi luzumi Muhammadin. If you are with Holy Prophet, you're going to get the hisn, the special protection, and all the bounties and blessings. Anyhow, because of the time factor, I'm going to escape some of that. Abu Talib, he was with Holy Prophet each and every split second of his life, to the point that when one of the companion, by the way, this hadith is in Ibn Majah. Say Ibn Majah, Ahl Sunnah, they have 6 authentic books. One of the authentic books is Ibn Majah. Ibn Majah narrates that Abdullah bin Umar, the son of Umar, the second Khalifa, he came to Holy Prophet and he said, Ya Rasulullah, Holy Prophet, we hear that Abu Talib, the father of Ali, mata kafira. He died while he was kafir. Holy Prophet said, Wallah, لو وضع إيمان الجن والإنس في كفي الميزان وإيمان أبو طالب في كفي الآخر لرجح إيمان أبو طالب. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. I swear by God, if the iman of all the jinn and ins were to be scaled in one side and iman of one Abu Talib in other side, I swear by God that iman of Abu Talib has a heavy weight than iman of all the jinn and ins. So this hadith, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. This hadith is mentioned in Ibn Majah, and by the way, Sahih Bukhari also quoted that. But Sahih Bukhari, he added one more sentence that in mata muslima, if he died as a Muslim. How can Holy Prophet, he says that type of a strong statement, and he can say, and then furthermore, Abdullah bin Umar, he narrates that Holy Prophet amara an yahujja abuhu Abdullah wa ammuhu Abu Talib ila sab'ati hajjin fi hayatihi wa mamatih. Holy Prophet, he ordered to have 7 hajj in his lifetime and after his death for his father Abdullah and his uncle Abu Talib. Please tell me with what logic Holy Prophet, ma yantiqu anil hawa in huwa illa wahyun yuha, he cannot speak except the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He orders people to do hajj on behalf of na'udhu billah kafir. Can you imagine that? What type of logic we are facing? It's impossible. Holy Prophet, he himself orders. Or 6th or 8th Imam, the Ma'mun, he wrote a letter to our 8th Imam. Although Ma'mun was next to our 8th Imam, but sometimes, for whatever the reason, he used to write a letter in order to have documentations. And one of the letters is that inna qawmi, my people, and others said that Abu Talib is kafir. What do you think? Ma ra'yuka? Ibn Rasulullah, O son of Holy Prophet, what was your opinion? Or 8th Imam, he wrote him, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, amma ba'd. Innaka in shakakta fi iman Abu Talib kana masiruka ila nar. Wassalamun alaykum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Those who have a doubt about the iman of Abu Talib, indeed the path is hell. Wassalamu alaikum. So our eighth Imam, he has no formalities, nothing. Our sixth Imam, Inna Aba Talib kana mu'minan wa min rufaqa'i النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. Allahu Akbar. Each and every hadith and riwayat you go and see about Abu Talib, you'll amaze the amount of love of Ahlul Bayt, beloved Prophet, and our Aimatul Huda towards Abu Talib is far greater than one can imagine. It was not like just a companion, just a mu'min, to the point that our seventh Imam, he said that among the Ghair Ma'asum, two of the personalities, they got the highest rank. One is Abu Talib, second one is Abbas. Allahu Akbar, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Abul Fadl Abbas and Abu Talib, they have a special distinguished personalities when it comes to our Imams and Holy Prophet. So these are the two exceptional people, those who did everything to the point Holy Prophet, when he was saying goodbye to his uncle, Abu Talib, he stands and he said, Wallah, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, kun shahidan bayni wa bayna ha'ula'i al-qawm. You be witness between me and my qawm. Indeed, وكان مؤمنا مسلما وكان يحرسه بالليل والنهار قائما بالسيف على رأسه 4 سنين. He used to repeat day and night, standing whatever he had in his capacity. The point that last days of the life of Abu Talib, last 3 years, when Abu Talib was sick and he cannot move, and people, when they felt that he doesn't have that energy and whatever, and they took from him the privilege of being custodian and handed to Abu Sufyan. At that time, he was kept aside, and the economical, social sieges or the embargo against Abu Talib and Holy Prophet started. And to the point that they write documents that no one can marry, no one can have any tradings, nothing, no one can have anything. To the point that the food of those who are in Sha'bi Abu Talib was the roots of grass. Roots of grass. For years, they used to consume to survive. Last days of the life of Abu Talib, when Abu Talib, he felt that this is my last time, he said, "Oh Muhammad, I want to go with you to the Baytul al-Haram. I want to do tawaf, the last tawaf. Sa'idni, help me." Holy Prophet said, yes. And both of them, they were ready. And while they were going, people, they wanted to attack. But because of the haibat and the greatness of Abu Talib, no one can touch that. After doing tawaf, he said to Hamza and Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib, Ya Hamza, Ya Ali, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Both of you need to protect Holy Prophet. And then he stands up on the Safa and he said, Qum ya Sayyidi, Ya Nabi Allah, stand up, O my master, O Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who's talking? Abu Talib. Stand, my master, Nabi Allah, Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَتَكَلَّمْ بِمَا تُحِبُّ وَبَلِّغْ رِسَالَاتَ رَبِّكَ فَإِنَّكَ الصَّادِقُ الْمُصَدِّقُ. Stand up and speak to this people what our Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to you. Indeed, no one can touch you. هَذَا عَيْنَاي, these are my 2 eyes. Ali and Hamza, they will protect you. And جُعِلْتُ فِدَاكَ, I make myself to sacrifice to you and to a path. ألا أشهد أنك الصادق يا علي سل جناح ابن عمك. O Allah, you be witness that he is your prophet and he is a truthful prophet. And Ya Ali said to his son Ali, Sal janah ibn ammik, be with your cousin, holy prophet. And then he said, Ya ma'ashara bani Hashim, ati'u Muhammadan wa saddiquhu, tuflihu. Oh, people of Bani Hashim, if you are looking for success, be with holy prophet and obey him and submit towards him. These are the last sentence, to the point that after this tawaf, holy prophet is carrying Abdul Muttalib with Amir al-Mu'minin Hamza. He carried back to Sha'b Abi Talib. Last breath, he gave the wasiyah. And once he gave the wasiyah, he was about to travel. Holy Prophet was staring. 1 week, 2 great incidents happened. One is Khadija and Abu Talib. While he was staring towards Holy Prophet, he said, Ya Bunayya, Ya Sayyidi, Ya Rasulullah, O my son, O my master, O Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I have one worry that in Qawmi, these people, they're not going to have any mercy towards you. But know that you are the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect you. Holy Prophet, while he was listening, last moments of the life of his uncle Abu Talib. When Abu Talib died, Holy Prophet said, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Ya ammi, قد نصرت وكفلت يتيما وربيت صغيرا. Oh my uncle, indeed, you upbring me, you shelter me, you take care of me when I was orphan. Indeed, you helped me when I needed the most. You're with me all the time. And then he turned to Kaaba and he said, Allahumma, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you be witness that my biggest supporter is no longer in this world. I'm going to announce this year as a Amul Huzn, year of Huzn, Buka, year of mourning. For what? Because I don't have any more supporter called Abu Talib. And then Amara li Aliyin an yaghsala. He ordered Imam Ali to do ghusl. When they did ghusl, Imam Ali and Holy Prophet shrouded with the Abba of Holy Prophet. Can you imagine that? The one who was the custodian of Kaaba, he had no Abba, no kafan. Holy Prophet, he has to shroud him with his own Abba. And when he shrouded him, he was taking the janazah of Abu Talib. Maybe some of you heard this, or some you don't. The animosity, the kina of the Mecca people was so painful, no one can imagine. The one who was custodian of Kaaba for years, Holy Prophet in Ghurbat, he is taking the janazah night time. While taking the janazah towards Jannatul Mu'alla, people, they started striking him. When they started striking him, like Imam Hasni Mujtaba, Holy Prophet said, Oh Allah, you be witness that he was Muhami in his hayat and Mazloom after his death. Holy Prophet reminds every time anyone remember the name of Abu Talib, he used to shed the tears. The same thing happened to Imam Hasni Mujtaba. When the janazah of Imam Hasni Mujtaba, they're carrying. the arrows, the attack towards the janazah of Imam Hassan Mujtaba. Same words Imam Hussein also he used for Imam Hassan. This is the mazlumiyat of Ahlul Bayt. And the head of the Ahlul Bayt is Abu Talib. That's why Holy Prophet, when he was used to do the qunut, رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا اجزهما بالإحسان إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا غفرانا. Just remember Abu Talib. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي. Oh Allah, bless me and my parents, the biological parents, and also the one who rabbayani saghira, the one who take care of me when I needed the most. Abu Talib. So brothers and sisters, today, after 14th century, when we talk about the great personality like Abu Talib, inspired by his services. But the ranks are not limited to him. Today, we can achieve all those ranks by supporting Islam, by standing for the truth, by saying that, yes, I'm proud Muslim in this time, in this part of the world, and I want to follow the footpath of Abu Talib, Hamza, Abbas, and Holy Prophet and his progeny. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر لكم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. إلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات بالأخص مرحومين حاضرين والمرحومين مرحومات, especially for those who sponsor tonight and during this great month of Ramadan. Al-Fatihatu ma'al ikhlasi was salawats.